Hello and welcome to Chat and Chew. It's been a while since we've been here and we are so excited to be able to bring another season of Chat and Chew to you. And I am so happy to have three wonderful graduate nutrition and dietetics students with me today. And let's get to know them. So first, to my farthest right, we have Gina.
Good morning.
Gina Sand, good morning. Where are you from, Gina?
I am from originally Northern California.
Ah.
And now I live in Southern California.
Yes, fantastic.
Yes.
And we want to thank you for serving our country.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you. You're welcome.
How long were you serving?
3 years in the regular active army.
Excellent. Fabulous. What is your ultimate goal once you have RD, Registered Dietitian Nutritionist, by your name?
Oh, gosh. Okay. So my ultimate goal is really, God has led me down this path toward nutrition health. And so I'm really interested in all of the nutrients that we get from the foods that we eat every day that can really assist in mental health. And I just want to be an advocate for mental health patients in that way.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. And next to you is Stephanie.
Hello.
Wiratmo.
Yes.
Yes. And Stephanie is a new registered dietitian. Yay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Where do you come from?
So I came from Indonesia about 7 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. So 7 years ago, then what did you do once you got here to America?
Okay, so at that time I just finished high school, so I just decided to came here for my higher education.
And did you know what you wanted to do at that time?
No, no, not at all.
Oh, wow. What made you decide to become a dietitian?
At first I didn't know anything about dietitian, to be honest. And then my sister, like, she kind of know me a little better. She knows that I really love about food. And she saw like the flyer about like nutrition and food. It doesn't even say about dietitian. And she's like, hey, are you interested in this? So I look forward to it. Like, I was like browsing through, and then I took some classes. Then I found out about dietitian.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. And last but not least, we have Susie.
Hi.
And how do you say your last name?
Ouyang, Susie Ouyang.
I was going to say that, but I was afraid. But I was going to say it just like that. Susie, where are you from?
I'm from Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
And how long have you been here in America now?
I've been here for 8 years.
8 years.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So why did you choose Loma Linda University as your school of choice?
Okay, the one reason is I like the small classroom. So the professor can focus on each student. So like, yeah, we can get more attention. If we have problem, we know who to find. If like a large campus, we cannot really like talk to each professor. So I really like the small classroom concept.
And was that concept true to life when you got on campus? Was it how you found it? How you thought it was going to be?
Yes, that's exactly what I think. So I can meet all the professors anytime I want. I just go to their office hours, knock the door, or even just walking.
Yeah, and wonderful. But it was your class that started off online because of COVID.
Right.
Yes.
That's right. I love the campus atmosphere at Loma Linda because it's kind of like if you think of a church, you have your big organization, a lot of people, but then you break it down by Bible study groups or what have you. And so you have a smaller community, and we have a really great community of nutrition professors and students. So it's nice that it's very intimate.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, ladies. All right. So I like that the title of their episode is A Fresh, Light, Protein-Based Starter for Your Thanksgiving. So ladies, here's my first question for you. What should we know about Thanksgiving in relation to food?
Okay, so well, since like most of us probably know, Thanksgiving relates to a gathering with family members or friends that is usually accompanied with a large dinner with a lot of delicious food. However, we also know that like most of the foods, like many of the foods, they're high in carbohydrate, high in fat, and high in calories. So many people, they tend to feel guilty after they consume those food. But that's okay. It's only one meal, right?
Right. Yes. We shouldn't feel guilty.
Yeah.
And it's a holiday, so we want to celebrate and we want to enjoy the moment. So it's fine, totally fine.
Yes.
So today we're also here to show you how to make an appetizer that is fresh, guilt-free, as well as nutritious. So please look forward to it.
Oh, I am definitely looking forward to it. I hope all of you out there are. I can't wait. All right, so here's my second question. What typical eating practices take place on Thanksgiving that might be considered questionable?
Oh yes, as I have mentioned just earlier, like many people will feel guilty because they think like, oh, the food is so like high in carb, high in fat, high calories. So many people do this, like they tend to like save the calories for the dinner by skipping breakfast and or lunch, which makes sense when we only think about calories itself.
Okay.
However, when we cut back on calories too much or we skip meals, we're almost guaranteed to follow up with binge eating, especially during those dinners when we're like, oh, there's a lot of good foods in front of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So true. And can I add to that?
Sure.
You know, if we put all of our calories in one meal, that really raises our blood sugars too.
Right.
Instead of just distributing our nutrition intake throughout the day, blood sugars go up nicely and come down. But if we like put it all in that one meal, those blood sugars.
Especially a Thanksgiving meal, because it tends to be high in carbohydrate anyway, with all the different potatoes and bread, stuffings, and so forth, right?
Exactly. I know some people are thinking, well, then maybe I'll just eat more protein at that time, more turkey. But that's just making the meal bigger. Yeah.
And I think Susie has something to add.
Oh yeah,
yes,
so
please.
our intention is to skip breakfast, lunch, to have a big meal of the Thanksgiving dinner. But when we do this, we are too hungry. We cannot really enjoy and taste the food.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then when we eat too much at a time, and if we fasting for too long, and then our body cannot, the food we eat will likely to deposit as a fat. So we try not to skip the meals leading up to the Thanksgiving. We still eat breakfast and lunch. Okay. So we will not be too hungry to not really enjoy the food.
Yeah.
Excellent point. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Okay, so I'm moving on to my next question for you. Ladies, so then, should we just fill up on salad to be mindful of overeating?
Okay, I'll tackle this one.
Okay.
We certainly, promote eating a lot of salad and vegetables and a variety of fresh vegetables and fruits, not just for Thanksgiving, but for every day of the year. However, for Thanksgiving and for every other meal that you're preparing at home for yourself or your family, we want to keep in mind a healthy balance of food groups. So we don't just want to have salad. We also want to include protein and healthy fats and a variety of different food groups, whole grains and so forth. And so it's important that, sure, if you want to add salad before your dinner, that's great.
Right.
And if you want to balance out your meal, just to provide variety in your food and a well-balanced diet, I mean, that's what we want to keep in mind when we're eating any time of the year, but Thanksgiving too.
You're right, but it's not just for the Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah,
it's every day.
It's every day.
You said, all year long.
And for more information, we actually refer people to myplate.gov, and they actually have ideas and pictures where they can show you how to balance your plate with all of the different food groups, including lean protein, low-fat dairy, whole grains, and then a variety of vegetables and fruits.
Yes, that is an excellent resource that you just mentioned. Thank you. Okay, so here's my next question. What do you think if we just limit ourselves eating a plate of those typical Thanksgiving foods?
Okay, so it's Thanksgiving. We want to enjoy the food. So the things we can do is we want to enjoy the food and then feel ourselves. Also, we don't want to overeat, right? To make ourselves discomfort. So the thing we can do is we grab small amount of everything from the table.
Okay.
And then we eat it really slow and enjoy the flavor of the food in our mouth.
That's right.
And then we also need to pay attention while we are eating, to avoid overeat.
That is the key right there. Enjoying every bite.
Yes.
Enjoying the flavors.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, so then, let's see. We, as an American tradition, we always include cranberry sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And so, do you think it's okay to eat cranberry sauce since, you know, we've heard that it prevents cancer and heart attacks, but yet it's high in sugar? I mean, what are your thoughts about that?
So we love cranberry. Cranberry is a great antioxidant. We all know it has a lot of vitamin C. It's great protective for your health.
Right.
However, when you get the canned cranberry sauce that you buy in the grocery store, those are usually packed with added sugars, which we want to avoid because, as we were saying earlier, we really don't want to raise our blood sugars in one meal. It's not healthy to do it any meal, actually.
Correct.
If you want to make your own cranberry sauce, that would be a great alternative to the canned. And in doing that, you can limit the amount of sugar you add, or better yet, instead of using water and sugar, you can use a fresh juice, like an orange juice, freshly squeezed,
Yes.
and put in a little bit of orange peel. That'll give it more brightness, more flavor, more antioxidant power, and there you go.
Yeah. You know what? That's actually what we did for a faculty forum last Friday. And
Yeah.
I was in charge of the cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
And Chef Corey told me exactly to do that. That's the freshly squeezed orange juice
Yeah.
and then the orange peel.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my.
Yeah,
Delicious.
you're getting all the extra nutrients too, so it makes
Exactly.
sense, right?
All right, ladies. So then, in the context of gathering during the holiday, how can you make the food preparation fun, enjoyable, and not stressful?
Okay, I'll take this one.
Okay.
So first of all, I think planning is really important. Like you make a list what food groups or foods that you want to include during the Thanksgiving dinner. So that's why it's really important. And then second, prepping in advance is also helps. If you try to prep everything on the day off, it could be really stressful.
Oh,
Yeah.
too much.
Also, the third one, you can allow the guests, like if you invite any guests or like any family members, they can bring their food if they want to.
Absolutely. You know,
Yeah.
we do that. We do our own prep, and then because we're Filipinos love to potluck everything. And
Right.
so we're like, we'll provide a good portion of everything else, but feel free to add. And so it does lighten the load.
That's true.
Yes.
And another tip that I have is you can involve your family members, such as your children.
Oh, well, I love that.
Yeah, because children, when they're involved in prepping the food, they're more likely to eat the food, especially those
true.
food that are unfamiliar to them.
Yes.
Very true.
Ding, 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 ding. That's a good one. I love it. Okay, so we have time for one more question. So, do you have some tips to share with us to relieve that uncomfortable, bloated feeling that some people get after they eat their Thanksgiving meal?
Okay, I'll take this one.
Yes.
So we can add oregano oil to all the side dishes. It can help us digest. Also, we can have some fun activity after the dinner. Like we can walk around the neighborhood, or we can play some game that can help us move around, and then also help us make us feel like not bloating after
So
eating.
true.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. That's such a good point. Movement afterwards, it'll help get that GI tract moving as well, but then it helps get the blood sugars down too. It releases endorphins, and you have such a great time bonding with each other.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I love that. I love that. Well, ladies, it looks like it is time for you to show us your recipes. Please feel free to go over there and show us what you have.
Okay. Whoops. Sorry. It's okay.
Okay.
Speaking of not feeling bloated after a meal, we wanted to start off our Thanksgiving with a healthy, light protein appetizer. And one way to do that is with a non-fat dairy yogurt. Now, we're using today a Greek non-fat yogurt which is full of probiotics, which is healthy for your gut, which is going to aid in digestion as well. And so today we just wanted to make a healthy dip with a yogurt base and some fresh herbs and garlic. And okay, so let's get started. Go ahead and put some food gloves on. And okay, so the first thing we're going to do, normally we would make this yogurt dip for one serving or, you know, a couple of servings with 1 cup of yogurt. Today we're going to make it a larger portion so that we can serve it for a Thanksgiving appetizer. And so let's start out with our big bowl there. Yeah, go ahead. And to that, we're just going to go ahead and add that whole package of non-fat Greek yogurt, which is a 24-ounce package. And then we're going to get going on chopping some fresh herbs to go in that. So today we have an assortment of parsley, chive, and dill. You can vary up the recipe by combining different varieties of herbs. So you could have maybe parsley and cilantro, or you could do parsley and basil. You could also do basil and mint. You could do parsley and mint. There's so many different ways. So try to chop as finely as you can. Okay, so once we have the yogurt, now to that we're going to add a clove of garlic crushed. We do have a little garlic press here, which is nice because you can just simply put it in.
So do you want everything, Gina? Do you want all of them?
So, I mean, normally we would be adding about half a cup of fresh herbs. So you can just kind of estimate double that.
Sure.
And
just
there's really,
clove?
yes, just 1 clove of garlic would be fine. If you want to add more, you can add more. Garlic is amazingly healthful. It's a flavonoid, so not only does it add flavor, but it also is very protective. It's an antibacterial, antiviral, and so it also helps protect the body. So yeah, garlic is great. So go ahead and give that a stir. And what else? I'm going to add salt and pepper while you're doing that. Go ahead. That's fine. Save a little time.
It smells really nice
So,
in here.
Yeah.
So once you start cutting those fresh herbs, and yeah, it's really going to start smelling wonderful. And make a nice little smooth, light protein-based dip. So the protein base is not only the yogurt good for your gut, but the when your microbiome and your good, when you have a lot of good gut bacteria, it actually helps your immune system operate better too, and helps other functions too, such as your brain health, because we know the gut is connected to the brain through the gut-brain axis. And so when we take care of our gut, we're also taking care of our brain and therefore our mental health. So there's lots of things here besides nutrients that we're trying to get into the meal. We're adding some protein and veggies at the beginning of our heavy Thanksgiving dinner. So this is going to add a bunch of different benefits. Okay. So let's go ahead and add the herbs in, and we'll keep on stirring and get that nice and combined. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to start on the crudité platter. We're creating a crudité platter here, which is very colorful. and also very inviting because it's so colorful. So we're hoping that even the younger kids will look at it with all the colors and be just wanting to get in there and try it.
Right.
And so we start out with a little bit of purple cabbage because it's beautiful and it's bright and colorful and eye-catching, but also it's very healthy. And added tip, if you wanted to use this purple cabbage to boil down, you could take the liquid from it and use it for dyeing if you're painting or if you're coloring eggs or something like that. So that's just a fun way to get natural color into your food.
There you go.
Okay, stirring. And we can just start layering this crudité platter. So go ahead and take maybe some kale and lay it over there. And we'll just kind of start to layer. So we're starting with a base of purple and then we're moving into our greens. We've got some beautiful kale here, which, by the way, you should have greens every day. If you don't have any other rules about your diet, you should eat something green every day.
That's right.
Kale is great.
Yes.
There you go.
And then we're just going to go ahead and add some other vegetables. We've got some beautiful red, orange, yellow, and green bell peppers here that we're going to try. And by adding these layers to our crudité, it just gives people options and they're able to help themselves and take what they want. And we're going to be able to have leftovers and we can keep refilling that dish as the day goes.
If you want to start.
Okay, we can put some of these in here. They're so pretty. Got some different colors going on. And what's that other one? One little tip about a soft vegetable like a cucumber. If you don't want to peel it, you don't have to. This is perfectly fine to eat the peel. There's a lot of nutrient in the peel. It has been washed. You do want to wash your vegetables where you're eating the peel, because if you don't, that bacteria that might be on the outside of the peel could actually be ingested, and we want to avoid that.
Yes.
So wash all of your vegetables, even those with peel. And we're just going to use a scalloped knife to kind of make a slight little variation in the design of the edge of the vegetables. And I don't know how we're doing that. And we're just going to fan them out in a beautiful little way. It doesn't have to be perfect because people are just going to be grabbing at it anyway.
Yes.
More colors?
There you go.
Or, here, we can have a little red. She's got some red, yeah. That looks beautiful. Add some greens to that. And I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not. Some more orange, maybe? I'll cut this one.
Some more orange.
Sure. And we've got these. Aren't they cute? Let's put in some of these. Carrots. Oh, we want to keep adding to our crudité here. We're just going to stick in these little carrots. They're already cut for us because they're little baby carrots. And we don't even need to cut them up. We're just going to tuck those in and make cute little, and then we'll stick a little, does anybody have a little turkey guy to go in the middle of the dip? We're just going to...
Celery.
Is that what we're using? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm going to...
Let me see if I can make this work.
More tomatoes.
More tomatoes,
Here.
more carrots.
There's the half one.
Okay, and we're
This
just...
guy?
Yeah, that looks good. We're just going to make a little guy right here.
Should we give the eyes?
Yes, give him a little eye. And I don't know if you guys are able to see Yeah, that would work. That's fine. We're just decorating with veggies here. There's, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, we have a tomato running away.
There's another one.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah, I don't know if it looks like.
There you go.
Ladies,
And
what do you have there?
we have a Thanksgiving crudité with our herb yogurt garlic dip.
Wow. And if you could really take a close-up look at this, it's a beautiful, colorful turkey.
Yeah,
Veggie
there you
turkey.
go. There you go.
Made with all the colors.
Yeah.
And this is such a great activity to make with kids.
The kids would love doing this, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all of our ingredients. I mean, you could keep adding to this, of course. You can use different variety of vegetables. And like we were saying earlier, we just want everyone to remember to use a variety of fruits and vegetables as well as whole grains and protein, and just kind of balance it out for Thanksgiving.
So can I try your dip?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, this is so exciting.
And the
Yes.
And how did you come up with this recipe?
Okay, so this recipe was actually created by the Loma Linda University Living Whole Wellness Standards. They actually have taken the time to create these criteria to create a main dish, a snack, and a side dish. And so we've gone by those requirements to meet a healthy snack.
Excellent, beautiful.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's an appetizer.
It's also an appetizer. You could eat it as a snack any day of the year.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
if
Any
you-
day of the year.
Any day of the year, yeah. And we do. And as a variation, if you didn't want to do a savory dip, you could also make a sweet dip. So, for example, you could use a vanilla yogurt with fruit, you know, or you could even add, I don't know if you've heard of the freeze-dried fruit. We could add a little bit of crushed freeze-dried fruit to even make it more flavorful. So that's fun.
Y'all are making sure I'm getting enough.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
Enjoy.
Oh, thank you so much. Look how beautiful this is. I don't know if this can be captured in the camera, but it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous, I don't want to mess it up. But I'm going to eat it. And you know, these bell peppers, they all have vitamin C, which is fabulous.
Yes.
You're getting so many nutrients.
We have so many nutrients, antioxidants, and you know, polyphenols, you name it. We've got it here. And
The flavor in this dip is so rich. It's powerful.
Good.
It's delightful.
is it light?
And it's very light.
Does it feel light? Good.
It feels so light, but yet it's so delicious. So I can't wait to have more. This is wonderful. And it's easy to make, right, ladies?
Yes.
It's easy to make. Yeah,
Okay.
it's great.
All right. Well, I want to thank the three of you for this wonderful episode of talking about Thanksgiving and how we can enjoy it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in with us. And stay tuned for our next episode. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.